Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But guys, week 2 of the WBE, the Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the Free State Torracats in an epic week 2 showdown. We're both sitting at 1-0. If you missed our last battle, go check that out in the description below. And be sure, excuse me, be sure to go check out our team builder as I broke down our team in full depth, talking about everything I'm bringing, what I expect him to bring, and stuff like that. And this is looking to be a pretty good matchup, as Duncan was ranked the #1 team in the league from the preseason power rankings. So that's pretty scary, man. But I'm looking forward to this battle, and I think we can definitely pick up a W. So hit that like button down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and I got a question of the day for you. We know that some Pokemon are going to be left out of Pokemon Sword and Shield. If you could eliminate one Pokemon in existence to allow all the other Pokemon to come back into the game, what Pokemon would you eliminate? You can let me know in the comment section below. But definitely go check out our team builder, guys. I gotta tell you, because we're bringing some cool stuff this week. Some very cool stuff. I don't want to give you too much, but our choice banded almost max defense Pixelmon is going to be pretty darn sweet. So that'll be pretty cool. But I'm going to get connected with Duncan here. We're going to throw down for week 2. I'll see you guys shortly. Alright guys, we are connected here with Duncan. Let's find out exactly which Pokemon he's going to be bringing. You can see on the layout my predictions. I can see Stoutland mixed in there, maybe over Vikavolt or something like that. But definitely expecting Tyranitar, Hitmontop, Zygarde, Jirachi, Blacephalon. You know, it's pretty straightforward what I'm expecting, because I feel like he's got to prep hardcore for things like Kyurem Black. So even though I'm not even bringing it, which I think he's going to be pretty happy to see, we're going to pretty much nail it. In fact, I actually do nail it. So no Stoutland is making me really happy, because that was one of the things that I was a little concerned about. My lead here is pretty much every time Manectric, I believe. Yeah, I think my lead is just Manectric every time here. So I'm just going to go that route, because I can overheat something. I can HP Ice the Zydog if he leads that. I can Volt Switch out on stuff. It gives me a really good situation. So I'm just going to lead Manectric here. That was my plan going into this match. And we'll see how it goes, man. Like, I prepped a lot for this game, because I definitely wanted to try to pick up a W here and keep our momentum going. 2-0 sounds a lot better than 1-1. So we'll do our best here. But he's got a really good team, man. You can't sleep on this team. I'm expecting... I think I know the team pretty well, though. Like, I have a really good understanding of what he's going to bring, in my opinion. The big question mark really is that Jirachi a setup set? Is it Calm Mind? Is it Scarf? Is it just defensive with Wish? Is the Blacephalon Scarf for Specs or something else? Is it Tyranitar Dragon Dance? So there are some questions in terms of what he can bring, but I think I have a good understanding of all the potential sets he could bring. One thing I don't know is where that Z Crystal is hidden, if he has one. I think Steel Z on Zygarde or Steel Z on Vikavolt both could be really effective against me, or even just like a never-ending Nightmare on the Blacephalon could be very scary. So those are some of the different options that we have to kind of keep in the back of our mind as we play through this match here. But if I can get a nice early lead matchup here, give us an opportunity to Volt Switch out, get some momentum, we could probably put ourselves in a relatively good spot here. If I can get some intel on maybe that Jirachi set, or maybe, you know, hit that Zygarde off the bat, or whatever it may be. So we'll see what he's going to lead with. I'm going to get my Raiden out here, which is my Mega Manectric, of course. This thing is primed and ready to rock. Volt Switch out, overheat, all that stuff. He's going to go to aDrive Fan, which is going to be his Vikavolt. And I'm in a situation here to just go for a very powerful overheat if I want to do that. Just a standard Vikavolt set. He could pivot out with an attack, but I mean, realistically, like, overheat is going to just wreck him, and he does not have a super good switch into overheat outside of his Tyranitar. So I think I'm just going to do that. I think I'm just going to go for the overheat on the first turn. We're going to Mega Evolve here. If that brings in his Tyranitar, I have switch into that, so we're just going to go for the overheat. I don't want to over-predict. I'm just going to go for it, so let's do it. Big overheat here on the first turn. We'll see what he's going to do, if he's going to stay in, if he's going to Volt Switch out or whatever. He might be an Assault Vest set, but realistically, the worst he does to me is Volt Switch or hit me with a Bug Z, like Bug Z basically would be probably the worst thing he can do. But I'm going to get this overheat off. I do connect. This may actually knock out the Vikavolt unless he's very bulky, and it does just straight up knock him out, so really good start for us. Manectric kills Vikavolt with overheat. And we just got rid of the Vikavolt right on the first turn there. I will take that. I'm not sure if he thought I was going to over-predict or if he thought I was going to do something else, but I'm all about that first turn. That is cool with me, my friends. That is cool with me. Let me blank that out so I know that thing's gone. Vikavolt's off the screen. That's done. That was a big threat. One of the few things that could really switch into a couple of my attacks. He doesn't have the Araquanid, as I mentioned, so I'm pretty free to do some really good things with our whatchamacallit. The one thing I'm a little nervous about right now is that Zygarde, if I'm being totally honest. He could bring Zygarde in here and use it to set up now that I'm -2 special attack. So this does give him opportunities to set up against me. I do feel like I can manage those. Here comes Sword and Shield Fan, which is going to be the Tyranitar. I was definitely kind of expecting this. So I have an easy opportunity here just to go for a Volt Switch, get a tiny bit of chip damage off on this thing, and kind of go right into my Pixelmon. But I'm gonna try to find out what set this Tyranitar is. My play here is 1,000,000%. Like I said, let's see here, Tyranitar. My play is just Volt Switch. I don't really lose anything by doing that, and I get a little bit of chip damage off, so we're just gonna go for the Volt Switch here. But I am -2, so I have to keep that in mind. But he's gonna Mega Evolve, obviously. My -2 Volt Switch should do about 10% to him. If it does anything less than that, then we can kind of assume that he maybe is a little bit on the bulkier side, or if it does more, I could maybe assume he's a little bit more on the offensive side. It does about that 10%, so kind of what we expected there. And I'm gonna go right into my Pixelmon here, because that is 1,000,000% my play. I know I could take on anything from this guy, and I could threaten him out with U-turns and various things like that. So go right into Pixelmon here, and we'll see if he's gonna go for a Stone Edge or if he's gonna go for Stealth Rocks. He's going for Rocks, so I get Pixelmon in for free, and I am free to do one of many things here. We have to make a decision though. Do I think he goes Blacephalon? Do I think he goes something else like Jirachi? I can go for a knockoff here and really play it safe. I can also go for a U-turn and get some pivots off. This is kind of a tough play. I made the very straightforward play last time by going for a close combat, so I have to make a decision here. I have to make a decision because this is where, like, these are the big turns in the match right now. Because if he goes with Blacephalon at close combat, I'm in a really bad spot. If I go for a knockoff, I'm in a tremendous spot against everything except for the Hitmontop, really. Although Hitmontop coming in just gives me a boost, I can get rid of its item. I go to my Florges and I can defog away these rocks. So that might not be the bad play. So I think knockoff is a pretty good play here. I don't anticipate him to stay in with his Tyranitar at this moment. So I'm going to go for that knockoff right now and kind of make that play. He is going to switch out. If he goes into his Hitmontop, that's fine. He's going to go into DDR Fan. That is going to be the Hitmontop. I would have actually been able to knock this thing out if I close combated, because he's going to give me a Defiant boost right here and give me a nice attack raise. Give me an opportunity to boost my attack up, and I can get rid of whatever item this Hitmontop had. So I'm going to slow play this a little bit. That's going to do almost half, dude. He's the Rocky Helmet set, but he's going to lose his item, and that's fine by me. So that tells me he does have Toxic and stuff. I need to prioritize. He's at about 50%. I need to prioritize getting off these rocks. So we are going to go into our Nightshade here, so I can get off a Defog and remove these hazards from my Talonflame. I know Hitmontop can carry things like Bullet Punch and Toxic and stuff. I could also see him doing a double switch here. I mean, I could just stay in and knock off again if I wanted to, but we got this thing down to about 50%, so his switch-in potential is very limited, and he may have to switch out himself. But we're gonna switch out here. So if he switches out, I know I'm faster, but I think he is faster. Nightshade can come in here. I'm expecting a Toxic or potential close combat. He's gonna actually Endeavor, so really good play on his part. Big Endeavor hit. That's gonna do a lot of damage to me. Nightshade's really important in this matchup, but I think if I just defog here, that's probably my best play. Is just get rid of these hazards, because I know I could take a hit from this thing. We see the Endeavor, so that's a really good set for him to bring Endeavor. So we're just gonna go for the nice defog here, get rid of those hazards. Clear those rocks off the field for my Talonflame. He's going to switch out, probably into Jirachi. And here comes the PSO Fan. That is going to be his Jirachi. So that's his main switching to my Florges. I'm not surprised to see that. Now, I don't know what this Jirachi wants to do. I think I'm pretty good to go into my Talonflame here to just see what this thing wants to do. I'm very weakened right now, though, on my my Florges, which is a bit frustrating. But I don't want to take a hit from this guy. So I think Talonflame's a really good switch in here. I could also go into my Raiden as kind of a middle ground play, because I can get an Intimidate off on him, which could be really valuable. But I think Talonflame actually is pretty good. Now that the Vikavolt's gone, I think the Talonflame play here is pretty good, because I can just force a U-turn. And if he U-turns himself, I can get some damage off. If he Calm Minds, I can threaten him with Flare Blitz. So if he goes for a Rock-type move, then just props to him for that prediction. But he's going to go for the Wish here. So he's going to try to get some health back. That tells me a little bit about this Jirachi, which is very nice. His Sandstorm does go away. And I'm just going to go for a U-turn here, because I do feel like he has to switch out. So I'm just going to go for a U-turn. I feel like he has to go into his Tyranitar, and that is his best way to deal with me. And I could just go and switch out right now and have no problems. So that's not too bad. And Pixelmon will be able to threaten with a U-turn or close combat as well. Especially now that Hitmontop's item is gone. So I'll be able to threaten. He's going to switch out. He knows he has to. He's going to go T-Tar, I'm sure. Yep, here goes the Tyranitar. This thing's going to get a nice Wish back, so that's actually really beneficial for him. But this is exactly what my Talonflame's designed to do. It's designed to switch into things like Tyranitar here and just U-turn out, get a little bit of chip damage. He'll get that health back with the Wish, but it's not a big deal because I can just go Pixelmon now, and I can threaten him once again with my Pixelmon. So I don't have to even think about this. We just go right into Pixelmon here. All right. And last time I went for knockoff, he knows that knockoff, U-turn are both pretty safe plays for me. I'm gonna close combat though this time. I don't anticipate Blacephalon coming in here. I really don't. I think that would be way too risky, so I'm gonna close combat. Because I know I knock out the Jirachi if he brings that in. Or I dent it severely, which is really good. So U-turn might be the better play over close combat. But actually I think U-turn is the better play. But I'm gonna just go for close combat here. Because last time I went for the knockoff. So he's gonna switch. We'll see if he goes Blacephalon or not. That'd be a really big play. He's gonna go DDR fan. So he goes into Hitmon top and this thing's dead. So we actually get an attack boost. So Pixelmon kills Hitmon top with CC. So Hitmon top's gone. And the beauty of that, of Hitmon top being gone, is now he really has nothing for my my LYCAN-ROCKED. Like, he has a really difficult time dealing with my LYCAN-ROCKED at this point in the match. Yeah, LYCAN-ROCKED actually kind of goes in because Brick Break does a ton to the Tyranitar. Yeah, so we have a really good opportunity to put in some work with our LYCAN-ROCKED. The one thing I have to be very cautious of is that Zygarde is very scary against me right now. I do not have the best ways to deal with that because if he goes plus 1,000 arrows, it's going to do a lot of damage to me. So I have to play pretty smart around that thing. I'm going to have to play very smart around that thing because I don't have my Florges at full health anymore. So we have to be very careful dealing with that. I took way too much damage on Florges because of that Endeavor, so that was a really good play on his part. So the one thing that scares me is the setup Zygarde. Here comes Kingdom Hearts fan. That is probably the Zygarde or the Blacephalon. Okay, it's Blacephalon. All right, my play here is Gastrodon, 100%. So we just go Gastrodon. It's a specially defensive Gastrodon. That way I can deal with anything. Hidden Power Ice. I can take 2 Shadow Balls unless he gets a special defense drop. We should be able to take pretty much any hit from this guy. So we'll see what he's gonna go for here. He just goes straight for a Shadow Ball. We'll see if he specs, Scarf, whatever he might be. That is looking... He gets a special defense drop. I can actually deal with that, though. Not a big deal. I'm pretty safe to Scald here. He's going to show the lefties, actually. Leftovers. Okay, do I just EQ then? Yeah, I just EQ, man. Because even with the special defense drop, he's leftovers. I know I can actually take a hit with Gastrodon. So I'm okay with that. And if I can get rid of Blacephalon, let me just make sure. If he could be like the sub-calm mindset. If he goes for Hidden Power Grass, let me just make sure I can live. I'm pretty sure I can. If I'm -1, yeah, we tank no problem. So I think I just go for the Earthquake here, because Earthquake's a pretty low-risk play. Like, I hit the Jirachi, I hit the Tyranitar super effectively, and I hit the Zygarde for a good chunk of damage. I just want to make sure if Zygarde comes in... If Zygarde comes in, what am I doing to him with Earthquake? About 50%. And then what is LYCAN-ROCKED doing to Zygarde? If I go for like a Sucker Punch or whatever. I just want to see what I need to get that Zygarde down to. A Cell Rock doesn't, but Sucker Punch would kill at that range. Okay. So we're going to go for the Earthquake here. Because Scald actually doesn't kill Blacephalon. He goes for the Hidden Power Ice, but we can live this. Or Hidden Power Grass, I'm sorry. We can live this. No problem. Gary the Gastrodon's going to get a kill here with the Earthquake. So Gastro kills Blacephalon with EQ. And that's pretty solid for us. Oh, he actually lives. He's a bulky set, dude. He's a very bulky set. Okay. I stand corrected, but he dies to Sandstorm. So I don't actually kill him. Blacephalon dies to Sandstorm. T-Tar. Gastro weakened with EQ. So I actually don't know who gets that kill. But either way, the Blacephalon's gone. So that's a massive threat out of the way. Still very scared about Zygarde, if I'm being totally honest. That Zygarde is very threatening for me right now. I do still have my Manectric though, so I can intimidate him, and I will outspeed him. If he gets a Dragon Dance up, that's going to be very scary, but if he's neutral, I know I can take... Actually, if he's neutral, I don't believe I take the hit. So I have to be very careful, because we are definitely in a tough spot against that Zygarde. But my Pixelmon is at a decent amount of health still. So I just make sure he doesn't set up against me right now. Here comes the Jirachi again. I think I just let him knock me out here. I just go for the Earthquake or a Scald. I guess I could recover as well, in case he wants to do something fancy. But I think Earthquake's just the better play overall, because I can get my Talonflame in and start to threaten that way. And actually, once LYCAN-ROCKED comes in, let me think. I mean, Raiden comes in. I don't want to overheat anything, so that's definitely not what we want to do. Volt Switch is looking good though. Gotta make sure I don't lose to Zygarde here, which is the biggest threat. I don't think I need Gastrodon. I'm an Earthquake. I'm just gonna get damage off. He might just wish. He goes for the Psychic. Okay, so that's fine. Jirachi kills Gastrodon with Psychic. So we've seen Psychic and Wish. That's fine. Alright, we've seen Psychic and Wish. Alright, what's my play here? I kind of feel like my play is actually going to LYCAN-ROCKED and just click Crunch. Because I can do so much damage to this guy. And if he knocks me out, I don't even care. Because then I threaten him immediately with other stuff. Like, once I weaken this Jirachi, I don't even feel like I need LYCAN-ROCKED at this point. If I'm being totally honest. I just crunch. Because the Zygarde, I have to just make sure Zygarde doesn't sit up against me and I'm okay. So, yeah, I'm going to go for the crunch with Remus here. Because I know I'm faster. I know he's not Scarfed. I guess in theory he could be, but he would be Wish Scarf, so that's kind of weird. I'm going to crunch. I'm going to crunch. It's going to allow me to hit everything pretty hard. He may actually go into his Zygarde here, which is fine. He's going to stay in. I'm going to hit this thing really hard. He may knock me out in return, but we're going to knock him really low. Yeah, he's going to take some good... I get a defense drop there. I take some life orb. He goes to the Psychic. I actually might live this. Depends on if he's offensive or not. Yeah, we're just going to take that. All right, cool. And he shows lefties. But he's very weakened now. He's at 40%. So I can just freely crunch again. I don't have to predict or anything. I can just crunch again. Because I have the Brick Break for the T-Tar. So if T-Tar comes in, I just Brick Break that. And we're just pressuring him to keep that Zygarde from beating us. And that Jirachi is low enough now for Talonflame. So this match, I just have to play it smart and just manage my sacks. So that way Zygarde doesn't beat me, basically. Is how we play this game. He's going to stay in, so Jirachi's going to go down. Alright, so LYCAN-ROCKED kills Jirachi with Crunch. Okay. That's good for me. Jirachi's gone. So here comes the Zygarde, and we just have to crunch it, I think. We just have to crunch it. Oh, here comes the T-Tar, actually. That's fine by me. I just hit this thing with a nice and fair Brick Break then. I just Brick Break this thing. That's fine. We just click Brick Break then. And just bop this thing. And then Talonflame come in. Or Passimian come in. Or Manectric can come in and just T-bolt it or whatever. And then if Manectric's in against the Zygarde, I'm in an okay spot. I may want to say that Intimidate though, because that Intimidate could be actually pretty important. Let's go over Brick Break here, see how much it does. If it knocks him out, great. If not, I can revenge him. Although if he does go for a Dragon Dance, that would be problematic. But we're going to just straight up bop him, so that works for me. LYCAN-ROCKED kills T-Tar with Brick Break. So T-Tar goes down, LYCAN-ROCKED putting in the work. And now it's just the Zygarde. And honestly, as much as we're in a really good spot right now, this Zygarde is incredibly scary. I have to go for Crunch. Just to get damage off on him. Crunch does a lot of damage to him though. So we're just going to go for Crunch. 100% my play. He's going to go for the Dragon Dance, which is what I expected. So he has to go for Dragon Dance here. I can go for Crunch. I can chunk him for 70 to 80. And actually, Accelerock should knock him out at that point. But he's probably going to have to Extreme Speed me. So big chunk there. Get him down to about that 25% mark. And I'm still very scared. But I can go for the Accelerock now or the Sucker Punch. He's faster than me anyway. So he probably Extreme Speeds here, I would guess. He probably Extreme Speeds here. Accelerock, he's got a little bit of bulk. I think I just Accelerock. He actually doesn't have the... I knock him out. Sweet. Alright, so he didn't E-Speed me. I don't know why, but I'll take it. LYCAN-ROCKED kills Zygarde with Accelerock. And we're gonna LYCAN-ROCKED dies to Life Orb. So we lose a little bit of differential there, but we're gonna win, I believe, 4-0. So nice W there. I'm pretty happy about how we played. That was a pretty difficult matchup for sure on paper. I think we played really well though. Like the early game with just getting rid of that Vikavolt on turn 1 was massive because that was a huge threat to me. I will say his Hitmontop set was really good though because he messed up my Florges and I was in a situation where even though I was really far ahead, that Zygarde actually could have potentially beat me. So he said he took E-Speed off Zygarde this morning, so he actually didn't even have it. That would have been very interesting because if he knocks out my LYCAN-ROCKED right there, I'm in a situation where I'm gonna have to do some serious things. Like I guess the question is like if I look at Zygarde 10% and he's plus 1, like that. So 1,000 arrows actually wouldn't KO my Talonflame at full. So that would have been interesting because Talonflame actually would have lived the hit. Passimian actually could have lived the hit. It would have been very interesting. Like he definitely had a chance to win that game there. I'm not gonna lie. It would have actually been very interesting to see if he could have won the game because even at +1, I don't think I'm gonna just message him, but I'll finish up this commentary. Even at +1, I think it would have been really close because my Pixelmon was able to take max 58% from the Zygarde. So I actually don't even know if he would have been able to knock me out with that thing. He would have had to outrage, and if he locks an outrage, like, you know what I mean? It would have been interesting for sure. But definitely a good game to dunk it. We're going to move to 2-0 so far in the season, and some good showings from the team right there. I think we played incredibly well. I think my prep was top tier, and I feel really good about how we played, man. Pixelmon gets his first kill of the season. LYCAN-ROCKED with a nice 3 kills there at the end. I'm going to have to double check, though, on the Blacephalon situation. That was a bulky Blacephalon, man. Really surprised to see him live that, but he died to sand anyway, so it is what it is. But yeah, that's going to be that, guys. Thank you so much for watching this battle. Hit that like button. You can check out my opponent in the description below, and we are sitting at a nice 2-0. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.